Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the final game of the NFL regular season, Week 18 Sunday Night Football live stream right here on YouTube. We've got plenty to discuss during the game, including the conclusion of the Circa Million contest and the Circa Survivor contest. We've got the results for both contests, as there is no one in the million that is going to advance up beyond first place, at least for with this game right here, the final game. It is a matter of little housekeeping from me, but we are 2-2 right now on the day. Of course, all four of the teams that I picked won their games, but the Bucks won by two, failed to cover, and who was the other one? Uh, Trying to think who my other. I know the Bucks were one of them. Who was the other one we had that won but failed to cover today? I can't remember now. Mm. Oh, the Falcons. Yeah, Atlanta. Of course. Got my Falcons jersey on. Of course, the Falcons win. And now the Carolina Panthers are the NFC South champs, just like I predicted that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers would win on Saturday, but that the Falcons would win on Sunday, and the Panthers would eventually still win the division. It's pretty sad. The Atlanta Falcons have the same record as the Carolina Panthers, but because they couldn't beat a sorry ass Jets team or couldn't make an extra point in the New England Patriots game that could have potentially been another win for them. They would have tied the game. It would have went to overtime. Instead, the kicker, remember the extra point went off the upright. They lost by one. I mean, it's just a difference between whether or not the Atlanta Falcons could have been in the playoffs or not this year. Even with their record going down the stretch there, they played their best football. But they just let too many winnable games go by the wayside, and now they are at home watching the playoffs like the rest of us. While the Carolina Panthers, I believe this is their first division title in 10 years. So congratulations to them. But I had a feeling it was going to happen. But of course, the Saints score garbage time touchdown, right, to get within the number. So they get under that -3.5 that we had in the circa. So sitting at 2-2 right now. I have the Baltimore Ravens -3.5 tonight as my final selection. But of course, I've been knocking 2 and 3s out every week, it seems like. So although I have a money line parlay going that I had, well, all of them except for Cleveland. I had a money line parlay going with all the favorites that I liked. So I need Baltimore to win, but I did hedge my bet. I have Pittsburgh +3.5 at -105. I know the line's changed recently; it's up to 4.5, but that's juiced to like -115. I got it at -105, so better number or better price, but a worse number. But I think this might be a 3-point game. But best case scenario for me would be for Baltimore to win by 3 points or less. That way I middle the two bets and come out ahead on both sides. Otherwise, I pretty much win the same amount of money no matter which one wins. But yeah, we've got all of the playoff scenarios, or all the playoff matchups are now solidified except for this last one, and we know who the winner of this is going to play. It's just a matter of the outcome of this game determining where Houston goes. But so in the NFC, Seattle #1 gets the bye. Then we've got Green Bay going to Chicago, San Francisco going to Philadelphia, and the Los Angeles Rams going to Carolina. Remember, Carolina beat them in the regular season in Carolina. And then in the AFC, We've got the Los Angeles Chargers going to New England, taking on the Patriots. We've got Buffalo going to Jacksonville to take on the Jags, and Houston going to Baltimore or Pittsburgh, depending on the outcome of this game. Looks cold there. It's cold here. It's been snowing nonstop since yesterday. I can look out on my balcony, and I brushed all the snow off from the snowstorm we got on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, which was about 18 inches of snow. I brushed all that off and scraped it off my balcony the other day, and there's about, I'd say, 12 inches of snow on my balcony right now. They're saying anywhere from 36 to 48 inches of snow at, it's known as Donner Pass, it's the peak of the road that takes you out of Lake Tahoe and down towards Carson City and eventually towards Reno. And I can only imagine going the opposite direction towards Sacramento, towards California, where a lot of people come to visit, is probably even worse, because that road, as you drive through the mountains to get out of Lake Tahoe, it goes above 8,000 feet in elevation. So they're probably getting, because when we were getting rain before it actually switched over to snow, they were getting snow up there. So getting dumped on here. It's been nonstop. But so it's been enjoyable to at least have some football to watch. But now we've got the final game, and we're kicking off. Baltimore gets the ball first to start the game. They receive the kick. And a nice return. We got a flag. We got our first flag of the night. Couldn't even get one play. Couldn't even get one play in the books before we get the proverbial yellow hanky. But all right, so the survivor, there was one loser. There had there wasn't a loser. No, they did. That's right. The Bengals lost when the Cleveland Browns made that last-second field goal to win that game by 2 points. I imagine they were jumping up and down when Baltimore actually went down and took the lead, and we're really hoping they got that 2-point conversion, because that would have made a lot of difference in that outcome of that game. Derrick Henry already busting off. He's already busting loose, and he's, about a 40-yard, 45-yard run on the first play of the game? Oh, boy. Oh, and there's a flag. And, of course, there's another flag. 2 plays into the game, and the refs are already flag happy. Cam Hayward's down, too. That's not good for Pittsburgh. But so all these guys won, right? The Vikings won. Patriots won. Bengals won. The Bengals lost. Falcons won, and the Jags won. So we have 5 entries out of the 6, splitting that $18.6 million. So it's going to be like $3.7 million, I believe, is something like that they're all going to get. So not a bad start to 2026. And it's crazy because the Vikings actually lost J.J. McCarthy, and they had to have Max Brosner come back in. That's the second time these entries have used the Vikings with Mac Brosner and gotten it done. They beat the Lions when a bunch of them were on them. Oh, he got hit by his own guy. Hayward his guy got blocked. His own guy got blocked into his leg. That sucks. So yeah, we have it here. 3.7 million, $3,743,600 is what they're gonna walk away with. These 5 entries right here for 20 weeks. 20 weeks picking one winner a week in the NFL. Straight up winner, not even against the spread. $3.7 million. They Not too bad, man. I know the Juicy crew were at the Circa. They had it on social media. They were there, and part of the documentary is going to have them in it, I'm sure. Kick Your D's Up, Real Bro. I think they were also at Circa. And you've got Dylan W. and Gary A. But congratulations to these 5 entries. You survived the gauntlet. 18,700 plus entries. What is it? 18,718 entries entered this contest. And when it's all said and done, there were 5 entries that made it unscathed through 20 weeks. They ran the gauntlet, survived all those bloodbaths, all those big favorites that lost outright. I mean, just an incredible, incredible way. It's an incredible run. I mean, I would have been knocked out week 1. I had the Patriots against the Raiders. I would have been knocked out week 1. But congratulations to this group. Now, in our contest, the million, again, we're sitting at 2-2. We've got the Ravens minus 3.5. But honestly, I'd rather the Ravens win by 3 at this point because, again, I hedged my money line parlay. But we're sitting at 2-2 also with the top 5 consensus. Rams won and covered, right? I believe so. Rams, yeah. What is going on here? But the Steelers, obviously, they're the last one in the top 5. To see if it's going to be another losing week for the consensus as well. But yeah, let me see. Let me double check this because I don't remember exactly. I thought the Rams. Yeah, the Rams won by 17 points. So yeah. And the Bucks won but didn't cover. The Seahawks and the 49ers were both in the top 5. They were number 3 and number 4 selections, and the Seahawks won and covered. Texans won but did not cover that one. Thankfully, I had a money line parlay with Houston, but I took them on the money line. So thankfully, they were able to get that field goal at the end of the game because that would have been upsetting. Because all the other ones were pretty much no sweats. I had the Jags. I mean, the Falcons were kind of a sweat, but when they went up by 9 points, I figured they would at least win the game. And then I had the Browns plus the 8. Lamar over the middle, and who is that? Walker with the touchdown. And we've got points already for Baltimore. Yeah, that was a busted coverage for sure. There was nobody even. He just ran right by the defender. You know, I was hesitant to hedge my money line parlay with Baltimore, but you know what? These teams always tend to play each other tight. I didn't want to walk away with nothing. All right. Yeah, the Raiders won outright. But when the Giants also won. I liked Dallas, but the Giants ended up winning that one. Um, it didn't matter. The Raiders won the game, but they're still going to have the number 1 draft pick. Commanders won. Again, the Browns won that game as 7.5 point um, underdogs. The Bills beat up on the Jets with backup quarterbacks. Lions were able to get the outright win. But because the Eagles also lost, the Bears are still the number 2 seed. Again, they will play the Green Bay Packers on at home. So they didn't lose any spot by losing that game. But it's not going to be an easy task taking on the Packers. I know they're 1-1 against them on the year. I think it's better though that because if they were the number 3 seed, they were going to get San Francisco, and we saw that game. We saw how that went on Monday night just a couple of weeks ago when they didn't have an answer for the San Francisco offense. They couldn't stop them at all. Again, Saints and Falcons. Saints cover the spread but lose outright. They were the popular side. And, obviously, as we said, the Carolina Panthers are now the NFC South champions and hosting a home game against the Los Angeles Rams. Chargers, man, I'll tell you what. They better hope nothing happens to Justin Herbert during that game. Because Trey Lance, he was not it. He did not have an answer for the Broncos defense. He did not look comfortable at all. He was afraid to throw the ball. He was way inaccurate, overthrowing and underthrowing his receivers. It just did not look good. The only thing positive about him was his mobility. He was able to scramble around a little bit, but it doesn't get any easier with the competition they're going to be facing in the playoffs. They've got to go up against New England. You've got Jacksonville, you've got Houston, you've got either Baltimore or Pittsburgh. Denver, obviously. So if they're somehow able to advance to the next round, they better not lose their quarterback because he's not going to be the guy to get it done for them. I can tell you that. Especially with their depleted offensive line. Herbert covers up a lot of the warts of that offense with his size and his mobility and his arm strength. Trey Lance doesn't have that. Doesn't have all those athletic gifts like Herbert, so they better protect his ass. I'll tell you what, though, the Broncos' offense looks pretty sketchy too. They're lucky that they're getting a bye going into the playoffs. But I think they're gonna face whoever they have to play. They're gonna face some stiff competition. All right, so now Pittsburgh's got an opportunity with the ball. Throws it underneath to the back. So what was up with that? It's either going to be holding on Pittsburgh or defensive holding on Baltimore. Oh, face mask. Oh, yeah, he did grab him. He did. He didn't twist it too bad, but he definitely got a finger and two inside of his face mask. Mm. Little running backs screen pass there and didn't go nowhere. They lost yardage on that one. But we got I can bring this up. The Circa Million, the winner has been determined. There's not going to be there's no one's going to advance past them. So Coin Hop is going to be our big winner with 60.5 points. 60.5 points is what it took. 67.4 winning percentage. Rogers just got rid of it. And then Bruiser 1226 and Sean's Dolphins are tied at 60 points. So they're going to take the first and second place prize money, combine that and get their payout. Sean could have bypassed coin hop had Chicago covered the spread in that final game, but instead of going 5-0, he goes 4-1. It's all right though. He's gonna end up with about what is it? 500 and 250, 750, 350, $375,000. Not too bad. Not too bad. And we've got Wink at 59.5, and then Potato Commish, friend of the show, finishing the season in 5th place with 59 points. He was leading for a while there, had a great run, finishes strong with a 4-1 though, so did his part. He also could have moved up the tied for the 2nd and 3rd place had Cincinnati been able to get it done, but that Browns defense was pretty good. Steve Fezzik, part of VSIN, part of BetUS. Find him on YouTube. I like some of his stuff. He's from Vegas. Finishing the season with 57.5 points, tied for 8th place. So not too shabby for Steve. And then our friend Scrim, 67. I think he dropped down. I believe he's down here somewhere. And yeah, 49th place after winning one of the quarterly prizes. 2 and 3. He struggled down the stretch, but he's a friend of the show. So congratulations to him. He's going to win probably 10 grand or something, 12 grand for this finish here. So not too bad to add on top of the whatever 60-something thousand dollars that he won in the quarterly prize. So make for a nice start to 2026, and you can use that money to pay your entry fees in next year's contests. Maybe we'll get him on the show next year. I'll have to hit him up in the direct messaging over the summer. See if maybe he wants to be a contributor, maybe a guest appearance on the show. We'll have to see. Maybe Potato Commish, we can get him on the show too. We'll have to work that out for next year, because I don't have it set up right now for guests on the show, but we can definitely do that for next season. So I'll definitely have to see if anybody's interested in at least just appearing on the show. I know I want to grow this channel and get as many subscribers as I can, so be sure to hit that like and subscribe button and hit that notification bell. Help me grow this channel. I will be putting out more content during the off season, not betting related. Some of it will be. Obviously, we're going to have some future bets. We'll have some bets on the draft. But I do have other content on the show, including some of my gambling parlor stories, like teams with the longest odds to win the Super Bowl, teams with the best against the spread records, teams with the best total records, like over-unders, teams with the best over records, teams. I have one, my favorite, I think, is the players that have won both the Heisman Trophy and the NFL MVP trophy and their odds to win both. Lamar Jackson is probably the one who has paid out the most for winning both the Heisman and the MVP, because he wasn't considered a favorite in neither one of those at the beginning of those years, because he won his Heisman as a sophomore and won his MVP as a sophomore in the NFL in his second year. I remember Lamar Jackson was like the 5th or 6th quarterback picked. Imagine the general manager who thought that Josh Rosen was a better prospect than a Heisman Trophy winning, Heisman Trophy finalist Lamar Jackson. Did they not watch his games at Louisville? They're scoring like 50 points a game. All right. Baltimore with another possession now as Pittsburgh had to punt. I think about doing a show about the food that we eat during the Sunday games. I always want to know what people are eating during the game. Like, you got some food that you made, or did you order anything? Get some Grubhub or whatever, or DoorDash. Or are you cooking at home? I prefer to cook from home. The only thing I don't, and they got it on third and one. The only thing I don't make or try to make really is like Chinese food. Not that I'd be incapable of it, but every time I've tried to do it, like try to make your own like fried rice or something like that, it just never comes out the same as what you can get at the Chinese restaurant. So I just prefer to go to the restaurant for Chinese food. It's been a physical matchup so far. A lot of running plays. Another play action. Oh boy, that was almost an interception. Looked like Zay Flowers was kind of out behind him. He stuck his hand out, hit his hand, and then it's kind of floated there for a second. I think the Steelers are like fourth in the league in turnovers. Yeah, he kind of lost it there. He stuck his one hand out. It popped up and almost got intercepted by Jalen Ramsey. You know Lamar Jackson likes to throw over the middle too. All right, second and 10. He loves his tight ends. Oh, he's lobbing it up for. Oh, he dropped it. Mitchell, their running back that came back from that leg injury, had it open on the wheel route and dropped it. There's a flag on the play though. They're gonna get roughing the passer. Yep. Come on, man. Oh, he went low. He was tripped, but he went low on Lamar. Yep, he tripped him all day long. Wow, that was a bad call by the refs. I mean, I understand what he saw was him diving into Lamar Jackson's lower legs, but it's because he got tripped. All right, Derrick Henry with a short gain, but these are the short gains that lead to the big runs later on. Oh, he got tripped on his own feet, and it's going to be third down. They had some of the lines up, or some of the lines already for some of these games. FanDuel has the Los Angeles Chargers and the New England Patriots. Patriots -3. I said -3.5. It's -3. Oh, he's got him. Got him. He's going down. Lamar Jackson with a sack, and that's going to bring up fourth down. They're going to have to punt the ball. Buffalo and Jacksonville. I said it was should be Jacksonville +2.5. FanDuel has it at +1.5. And then Houston at Baltimore would be, I said -2.5. They said Baltimore -2.5. They said -1.5. And if it's Pittsburgh, Houston at Pittsburgh, I said Pittsburgh +2. FanDuel has it at Pittsburgh +3.5. And then Green Bay, Chicago. I said it was a pick 'em. I believe it's minus. It might be -1 for Chicago, but I think that game's going to be a pick 'em. And then they said it was real high for the the Rams and Panthers game. That's supposed to be like Rams minus like 9, -8.5. I said it should be Rams -3.5. So I was way off on that number, at least compared to the market. And then the San Francisco and Philly. I believe it was Philly -2 when I said -2.5. So I was pretty close on all of them. The only one I was really off on was the uh, Panthers and Rams. And I guess I put more weight in the fact that the Panthers beat the Rams already this year in Carolina. But I guess the sports books aren't. I don't remember what the line was for that game. I know the Rams were a big favorite. I think they were a double-digit favorite. They were a double-digit favorite in that game, I believe. And the Rams lost outright. Let me see if I can find. All right, so here's what they've got up at covers.com. So now, yeah, New England -3.5, which is what I had it at, and the total of 45.5. Buffalo and Jacksonville, +1.5. I made the line +2.5. And then Green Bay and Chicago, they have it as Chicago -1.5, which is what I made it a pick 'em. I think that line's going to come down. San Francisco and Philly, Eagles -2.5. And that's exactly what I had. So that's a pretty fair line right there. And it's that fucking fishy -2.5. San Francisco is probably going to win that game. Just on first glance. Los Angeles Rams and Carolina Panthers. Yeah, Los Angeles Rams are -10.5 with a total of 46.5. Did you see the Arizona Cardinals offense scoring at will for most of that game? And they didn't even have very good wide receivers. Wilson was like the only one that was really any good. And Trey McBride. Carolina Panthers actually have a decent group of wide receivers and some good running backs and a good offensive line. That 10.5 seems way high. Like I said, I made it 3.5. Rams -3.5. I'm an entire touchdown off of the number they've got here on covers. And then the final one, Houston and Baltimore, off the board, so they don't have it up yet. Yeah, and these are from FanDuel. These numbers are at FanDuel. We will have the early line show for the wild card weekend tomorrow, as I'll be recording that on Monday. Once we know exactly what the game, because we need to know when the games are going to be played, because we don't know who's playing early who's going to have the short week on Saturday, who's going to have extra rest for the one game on Monday, who's playing on Sunday. So, I mean, we know where everybody's traveling to because Houston, no matter what, they're traveling either to Baltimore and Pittsburgh, basically the same place. Not too far from one another. Um, we know where everybody else is playing. It's just a matter of now when are they playing? Who's going to get the extra preparation time? Who's going to get the less preparation time? Do they have it up here? Is this? Yeah, see, they all say the same date, so they don't have a date up yet. They just have the lines up. I can pull that back up right here on. You can't really see it though. As you can see there, the NFL wildcard odds from FanDuel. So yeah. So we've got what? One home dog, two home dogs. We've got two home dogs, and then two that I mean, Chicago a 1.5. That's whoever wins that game is probably more than likely going to cover. And you could almost say the same thing with San Francisco and Philadelphia. Whoever wins that game is going to cover the spread more than likely. Uh-oh. Oh man, Baltimore, what? They stop him on fourth down? Oh, they tried to do the tush push and he did not get it. Certainly looks like he got it. How far did he have to get? I don't like them doing that with Aaron Rodgers on the field because they know that he's not going to get involved in the play. He don't even try to like get out there to maybe get a fumble if something happens. That's not good for me. That's not good for my head or for my middle opportunity anyway. Oh boy. Derrick Henry with a full head of steam coming around the side there with a big run and a first down. 27, what did he gain? 14 yards. All right, Mitchell with a carry. So that is the end of the first quarter. Baltimore leading 7-0. So far, so good. I mean, I like it. I want Baltimore to win by 3. So Pittsburgh's going to have to keep it close. Going for it on 4th down, not getting it, and giving them the short field definitely hurts. So who do we like in the wild card? What are we thinking here? Can the Chargers beat the Patriots in New England? Maybe. Their defense is pretty damn good for the Chargers. As long as Justin Herbert can stay upright. They rested their running back, Amarian Hampton, so I think they're definitely live. They're definitely a live dog for sure. Buffalo at Jacksonville. I mean, I know Jacksonville is the home team, but they're also the underdog. Um, they could certainly win that game as well. I mean, Josh Allen, Buffalo's offense is tough, but their defense can be exposed. And Jacksonville's got a really good defense, and their offense has been playing outstanding football. That's going to be a great game. And then Houston, they're not going to be an easy out no matter who they play. I think they beat Pittsburgh. I think they beat Pittsburgh or Baltimore. Honestly, I think Houston's going to be a real. They're going to give a lot of people problems in the playoffs with that defense. Now, they did get a little gashed in their last couple of games, so they're going to have to figure that out. I mean, Riley Leonard damn near beat them. They did pull their starting quarterback and stuff in that game. I think Nico Collins, I don't even think he played. You know, they really did rest some guys offensively, but still. But I do like Houston in that game. And then on the other side, for the NFC, I mean, Green Bay and Chicago, we've seen them both play, and each side won at home, but Chicago needed a miracle to win that game. All right. Baltimore with a field goal, and now it's 10-0 Baltimore. I need Pittsburgh to score a touchdown here to keep it within that number. Oop. Rodgers and them are they're gonna have to do something before halftime. But Green Bay and Chicago, like, what are you going to get from Green Bay coming back? Like, having not played, like, key guys haven't been playing the last couple of games, and now you've got to go into a high leverage situation on the road. Meanwhile, Chicago really hasn't been playing very good football offensively the last couple of weeks. Their defenses look good. Their defense has been all right. They created some turnovers that almost got them the win today. Against Detroit. They gave their offense an opportunity, but the offense for Chicago kind of let them down. What are you going to get from Chicago? I think it's going to be Green Bay. They're the better team. They really are the better team. I mean, they beat them in Lambeau. Chicago did have an opportunity to tie that game up, but they were leading and won. They stood up at the end of the game. Obviously, no Micah Parsons now, though. And then they played them in the second game and were leading in that game. And then Chicago made that incredible comeback. I mean, I believe they got the onside kick in that game. I mean, without all those things happening, Chicago loses that game, and they're 0-2 against Green Bay. So this is misleading when you think about it that Chicago and Green Bay split those games. Because it took something that rarely ever happens to actually happen for Chicago to even tie that game. And then injuries in that game. I believe that was when Jordan Love got hurt. Uh, Malik Willis was banged up or something in that game as well. Yeah, I'm going with Green Bay. I think Green Bay is gonna win that game. And then San Francisco and Philly. Is Trent Williams going to be available for San Francisco? Is Pearsall going to be available for San Francisco? Who on defense is going to be available? Did they lose their guy to one of their defensive linemen to a groin injury? I mean, uh oh. Nice. Oh, another flag, man. I hate these refs. Gainwell with a kick return out to the 45-yard line, and they're throwing flags. I know Philly has the potential to play well. Jesus. Man, that sucked. This is a good game. San Francisco and Philadelphia is a good game. I think if San Francisco's offense is completely healthy, they have all their available pieces. Jennings, because he got kind of hurt in that game the other day too. He's been playing, I guess, with broken ribs. Uh, and Pearsall and Trent Williams. Who's going to be available for Philly? Are they going to get their offensive lineman back? I know they rested a lot of their starters this week, like Jalen Hurts. I'd probably go with San Francisco right now. I just think they're a better all around team. Philly's defense is good though too, and they've got plenty of skill players on offense. They just got to put it all together. Maybe they'll one of those teams that gets through the regular season, turns it on in the playoffs. Then Los Angeles Rams and Carolina. I think the Rams are going to win this game, but I think the 10.5 is too much. So I would take Carolina with the points, but I do think Carolina is going to, or Los Angeles is going to win this game. So what do we think? Do we think that an NFC West team is going to be the representative in the Super Bowl? I mean, you've got three. You've got three of them, and Seattle's already through to the second round. You could potentially have Los Angeles and San Francisco and Green Bay, and San Francisco. So let's just say if Green Bay wins, they'd be the seventh seed, which means that they would play Seattle as the lowest seed to advance to the next round. And then you would have a San Francisco Los Angeles Rams rematch. So we would have one of those winning, and then I do think Seattle would beat Green Bay in Seattle. So then you're gonna guarantee an NFC West team is gonna be in the Super Bowl because you're gonna have two NFC West teams playing in the uh, NFC Championship game. Yeah, that's a it's an interesting dynamic. And they were one of the best conferences against the spread too. There we go. Nice play by Gainwell. If I see a yellow thing come up on the screen, I'm gonna yell. Like, stop with the penalties already. And then let's war game this out on the other side here. Because you've got two AFC West, two and AFC East, two AFC Souths, and then the AFC North champ to be decided. Houston, I think, will advance. Let's say Jacksonville advances. And then let's say the Chargers advance. So the Chargers are the last place, the lowest seed. So they would play Denver, and then it would be Jacksonville and Houston, the two conference opponents. I think Jacksonville probably wins that game, and I think Denver probably wins that game. You have a Denver Jacksonville rematch. I think Jacksonville wins again. They beat Denver once already in Denver. And so you have a Jacksonville versus more than likely Seattle Super Bowl. Super Bowl or Seattle or probably Los Angeles versus Jacksonville in the Super Bowl. Trevor Lawrence win a national championship and a Super Bowl. Liam Cohen, in his first year as head coach of the Jags, take them all the way into a championship, to their first Lombardi. That would be something. Jacksonville hasn't been to the Super Bowl yet. They've played in the AFC Conference Championship, but they've never won it. There we go. Rodgers, what are you doing? It's like Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to get tackled. He could have just kept running. All right, Boswell, come on. Mm, it's good. It is good. We're staying in the fight for the middle with the plus 3.5. What were those totals again? So 45.5. So Jacksonville and Buffalo are the highest total at 50.5. And you've got two games, both San Francisco and Philly, and the Rams and Panthers are 46.5. Green Bay and Chicago 47.5, and then Los Angeles Chargers in New England 45.5, and they don't have the line up for the total up for the game yet because we don't know who Houston's going to be playing. Is the weather going to be crappy in Chicago, Philadelphia, New England, either Pittsburgh or Baltimore? So let me see what we got weather games. See who's in the dome. So you got Chicago, you've got Philadelphia, Carolina is outdoors. We could see rain or nasty weather. New England, obviously cold. Jacksonville outdoors. You never know. We saw Tampa Bay in a downpour. And then, yeah, Baltimore, Houston. So we're going to have all, or Baltimore or Pittsburgh. We're going to have all outdoor games in the wild card. No domes. No dome teams have home field advantage in the first round. And that's something. Uh-oh. Man down. Yeah, that's awesome. All six games are going to be played outdoors. Playoff football in the elements. All right, come on. Second and 17. Don't give up a big play here. Oh, we try to do a screen. Watch it. And Lamar goes down for a sack. They read it well. Pittsburgh's defense saw the offensive lineman give up their pass block and try to go out to get outside for the screen, and he read it perfectly. Who's that? Oh, Highsmith, yeah. He jumps up. Lamar can't. Yeah, look, he does a little ole like he was going to block, and the back was going out for the screen. I said, no, 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 sir. No, 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 sir. You have to throw it, though, and try to get like an illegal contact or some shit. And they're going to run it anyway with Derrick Henry. And it's fourth down. Pittsburgh. Whoa, Pittsburgh going to get the ball back. Come on, Pittsburgh. I would love a 10-10 tie going into halftime. That would be chef's kiss. Like the tweet I just sent right here. Every wild card game is at an outdoor stadium. Playoff football in the elements with the chef's kiss. I don't know why this always freezes up like that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right. Good coverage on the punt. And they're going to start the drive at their own 17-yard line. The NFL draft, 108 days in Pittsburgh. Who's going to be the number one pick since now it's the Raiders? Like I said, Mendoza. It's got to be Mendoza, right? Mendoza's got to be the number one draft pick. Like I've said, I'm not the biggest college football fan. I do watch, but I don't study it and don't know the players like I do in the NFL. But I don't know who else would be the number one draft pick. It's got to be a quarterback. I mean, the Raiders now have the number one pick, so they have to address the quarterback situation. And it just seems like a perfect fit. The kind of personality you want to build a culture around at on your franchise. Uh oh, they fired Raheem Morris from the Falcons. Wow, I didn't see that coming. I didn't think he was going to get fired. I mean, they're working with a quarterback in Penix who was essentially playing his first season as a starter. He only played in the final few games of his rookie season. They played well down the stretch with Kirk Cousins. The defense was really playing well, which is where Raheem Morris excelled. So I don't understand why they would fire him and not give him, till the end of his contract at least to see if they can turn around the offense this year or next year. Oh, nice play by the defense. I guess Arthur Blank is not happy with the performance. They haven't won a Super Bowl in the entire time. They haven't won a Super Bowl at all. But since he's been the owner of the franchise, they've only been to the one Super Bowl as with him as owner. The loss to the Patriots, and he must be looking at the clock himself. He's not a young man and saying, "Hey, we need to get this shit fixed and get it fixed now." So maybe they're looking to bring in an offensive minded head coach. Man, 3rd and 10 now. Pittsburgh got the ball back after a great stand by their defense, but they can't. They're not getting any. They're not. They're not getting anything on offense, and now this thing's ahead, so it's 4th down. So they didn't get anything on third down here. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers looks like shit. So they fired the general manager too. Terry Fontenot. I mean, he kind of was responsible for this quarterback conundrum that they've been in with Penix and uh, Kirk Cousins. Yeah, and yeah, the Atlanta Falcons have parted ways with head coach Raheem Morris and general manager Terry Fontenot. The search for successors to begin immediately. So they're going to be looking for an offensive head coach to get the best out of these offensive players that they spent all this money on. I think Pitts has a contract extension or becomes a free agent this year, so they're going to have to decide on him. Obviously, you want to keep Bijan Robinson. You want to keep Drake London. Their offensive line is good, but they are getting a little bit long in the tooth, some of their better players. And then they've got to start signing some of these young guys. They did well in the draft last year because they got Walker, they got Pierce Jr., and they got Watts, the safety who's been outstanding. Jesse Bates is playing well. But they've got to get a quarterback. The Falcons have got to get a quarterback. Michael Penix is not it. For one, the guy's been injured like every year of his career. He's had multiple knee surgeries to repair his knees. He is already 20, he'll be 27 or 28 years old by the time he's available from the latest injury. And, I mean, this is the guy you were trying to build your franchise around. I believe he was the number 6 pick. They don't have a first-round draft pick this year, so it's not like they're going to go out and get a quarterback in the draft, at least not in the first round. You know, Penix, he wasn't really taking snaps under center. You've seen the offense for the Falcons, certainly. You see a better game flow with Kirk Cousins simply because Kirk Cousins goes under center and goes in the shotgun. Kirk Cousins has a good play action game. The way they do it with Penix, where he snaps it and spins around, turns his back to the defense, but he's in the shotgun, it's just, there's no deception in it. So what about these totals though? I mean, obviously the big one is Buffalo and Jacksonville, 15.5. It's going to be in Jacksonville. I mean, obviously it could be raining because they are, in Florida, North Florida there, but without any foreknowledge on the potential for weather in these games, because we don't even know what day these games are going to be on. I'm taking the under. I would say under in the Jacksonville game. And again, I like Jacksonville. Sorry, Josh Allen. And I would take Jacksonville on the money line. Take Jacksonville on the money line. Chicago and Philadelphia and New England definitely have both the potential for cold weather and snow. Green Bay, that's not going to be an issue with them. San Francisco, they're a good team, so I don't really think that's going to be a problem. playing in inclement weather, especially with the way they play. Brock Purdy's pretty accurate with the ball. Mm. I'm going to say the under 46.5 in the San Francisco game. And give me the over 46.5 in the Rams-Carolina game. I think both teams are going to score in that one. I don't think the Rams defense is going to be able to shut down Carolina's wide receivers the way they have other teams. Ooh, nice tackle. New England and Chargers. I can certainly see that game going under 45.5. Let's take the over 47.5 in Chicago and Green Bay. As I think, as long as the weather's not bad, both teams are going to be able to move the ball. Like I said, Green Bay money line. San Francisco plus the 2.5. Carolina plus the 10.5. And I like the Los Angeles Chargers plus 3.5. I actually think they could win. So I would also put a little bit on the money line. And then Jacksonville money line. Uh-oh, penalty. Holding on the offense. Bring it back. Lamar Jackson had a nice big run. Negated by a holding penalty. We needed that. Matt, back him up. Back him up. Back them up because they were in scoring position. Yep, they're in. He would have been inside the 25-yard line with a first down. And little Flowers with a nice little wide receiver screen, but it's still fourth down. 4th and 8. Mm. All right, so Pittsburgh, they're going to get the ball. Looks like it's at the 9-yard line there, according to the ESPN. Hmm. All right, Rodgers and company, they've got 3 minutes and 9 seconds to try to get some points here before they go into halftime. And Baltimore got the ball to start the game. So Pittsburgh should get the ball coming out of the half, I believe. It's shocking, though, that Raheem Morris was fired. I'm not surprised if Fontenot was fired because his whole quarterback debacle is on his shoulders. But, I mean, he's drafted some good players. He's drafted Bijan. He's drafted Drake London. He drafted the 2 pass rushers in the first round and drafted Watts in whatever it was, the second or third round with the pick they got from the Rams. So he's had some hits in the draft as a general manager. His free agent acquisition, I mean, Jesse Bates is good. That was a good deal, bringing him in from Cincinnati as a free agent. He's definitely been a contributor to some of their wins. He's made some key plays in games. So I mean, it has to be about this quarterback situation with everything that's happened with Penix and Cousins and the conundrum that they're in, whether or not they're going to release Kirk Cousins and take the dead cap hit. Are they going to try to trade him to another team and maybe pay part of his salary? Are they going to keep him and let him fill the role as a backup to Penix? Is he going to be the starter and Penix will be behind him and we'll have a quarterback competition between those two? Are the Falcons going to draft a quarterback or try to bring in a free agent quarterback? I mean, there are so many question marks going on. And now they've also got to fill the role of the head coach and the general manager, or the general manager first and then the head coach, in order to even start to evaluate the team and what direction they want to go with the quarterback. Because that's the most glaring hole on that team, is consistency at the quarterback position. So definitely shocked to see that he got fired that quickly too. Like they had to have had their mind made up before this game was even over, or before this week that he was out, because they announced that pretty quick. There we go. Gainwell with a nice run on first down. Let's go, Steelers. Come on, I would like a 10-10. I would like a 10-10 game going into halftime. That's a nice start, too, especially being backed up at their own 9-yard line. Gets them out of that area there where you're worried about potential negative play leading to points directly. Greg Rosenthal, he's reporting the Falcons hired different search firms for coaches and GMs, and the whole thing is a grift. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. All right, so it's a 2-minute warning. Second down. About 2nd and 8. Yep, so this was the last weekend of Red Zone. I don't know if I'm going to do Red Zone again next year, because I have the quad box on the big screen, and by the time next year rolls around, I might end up with another television where I could do another quad box. And then, like in the afternoon slate, because I have the quad box, there's usually only like 3 or 4 games, in the late window. So those are already on. I don't need Red Zone for those. And then you just have Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football, which I watch on the big screen. So, I mean, I have the 29-inch monitor, so I have dual windows open, you know what I mean, on this. If I got another television, I don't even know if red zone's really even worth it anymore. If they don't start including it with the NFL Sunday ticket as a bundle package, then I don't know if I'm going to do red zone again next year. I think they said that YouTube is coming out with a, instead of the base package, they've got like the sports package, so you can get, just like mostly the sports channels. Because I don't really watch shit on YouTube television other than sporting events, and that's because I have the NFL Sunday ticket. I'll watch the college games on ESPN and those channels. But I'm not into like a lot of these other shows. I'll watch stuff on YouTube, regular YouTube. I prefer that. Hmm. Yeah, so I imagine they'll have somebody, Kornacki or whoever, doing a little breakdown once they announce the Saturday, who's on Sunday, and who's on Monday games. I think the Carolina Panthers are going to end up being a Saturday game. Carolina and Los Angeles Rams are going to end up being a Sunday, or they're going to end up being a Saturday game. A team with a losing record doesn't deserve to be on prime time. Either that, or they're going to be the first game on Sunday morning. That way, by the time the second and third games are complete, you forgot about how bad the Rams beat the crap out of the Carolina Panthers. Although I don't know if they're going to beat the crap out of them, but like I said, I like them with the points. But I think it's going to be, what did I say? Uh-oh, Rodgers, take off and run. You can get there. Nice. Get there, Raji. Yeah, I like the over 46.5, like I said, and Carolina plus the 10.5. I expect both teams to score in that one. That'll probably be pretty entertaining then. That'll be one of those where if you're going to have anytime touchdown scoring bets, you'll be cashing some tickets. Nice. I love the fact that he turned it up the field after the first down marker, got a couple extra yards there. All right, there we go. A little underneath to Thielen. Come on, get down there. They got all three timeouts. So minute 35 and counting, all three timeouts. All right, little dump off underneath the game. Well, they've got some blockers out there. All right. Down to the 36 and a timeout by Pittsburgh. Oh, you got to put some time back on that clock. That thing was ticking away. Where's the home field cooking on that? Like I said, a 10-10 tie would be so nice to start the second half. There we go. Another first down. Rodgers moving the ball now. Incomplete. Second and 10, 29 seconds. They used a lot of time on the clock there. I mean, they got 2 timeouts, but it's amazing how much Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre's careers have mirrored one another. Ooh, is it just short? Yep, 3rd and 1. Come on, Rodgers. Score a touchdown here and tie this game up. Third and 2. 22 seconds on the clock. They do have 1 timeout remaining. I turned that off the ESPN broadcast or the GameCast because it's ahead of my broadcast. Ruins the experience for me. All right, the same play. Call timeout. All right, so they got the first down, but they got to call their final timeout. He was going backwards as he went out of bounds. They need to put some time back on that clock. All right, so 15 seconds. First down. They're at the 10-yard line, so. All right, so we had an incomplete pass, it looks like. All right, so 11 seconds, 2nd and goal. Yeah, he's got a beef, too. That's illegal contact downfield all day. He literally pushed him out of bounds. Oh, delay game. Oh, nope. Got it off just in time. And Rodgers throws the ball away. Stops the clock with 7 seconds left. So there's got to be a fast play or they got to kick the field goal now. All right. They're going to snap it. Throw it, Rodgers. So they called pass interference with 2 seconds remaining. So the Steelers are going to get the ball at the 1 yard line with 2 seconds remaining. I mean, it was definitely pass interference all day. But it makes sense, I guess, to not let him get open. Ooh, that was a nice shot from the cameraman. The ball was coming right at him. Right behind Fryermuth. But all right. 2 seconds from the 1 yard line. Can the Steelers get the touchdown? Are they going to get no points or 7 points? Are they maybe going to take a delay of game? Oh, no, they snap it. And they got nothing. Gainwell, they pitched it to Gainwell. He gets tackled for a loss. And the Steelers get no points. 10-7 at the half. I believe Pittsburgh gets the ball to come out the second half, so they should have kicked the field goal there. We're going to take a break during halftime, and we will be back for the second half of this NFC or AFC North division title game. are back for the second half, and we've also got the schedule was released at halftime for the wild card weekend. As we have the first game, 1:30 Pacific, 4:30 Eastern on Saturday, is the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers are plus 10.5 at home. The total is 46.5. Then the second Saturday game at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, is the Green Bay Packers taking on the Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears are right now -1. The total is 47.5. Then on Sunday, we get started early. First matchup is the Buffalo Bills going to Jacksonville, taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. That is at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. And the Jags right now are 1.5-point home dogs, excuse me, with a total of 50.5. The second game on Sunday at 1:30 p.m. Pacific, 4:30 p.m. Eastern, is the San Francisco 49ers flying east to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles -2.5. The total is 46.5. And then the final game on Sunday is the Los Angeles Chargers going east as well to take on the New England Patriots. That game is at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. New England is a 3.5-point home favorite with a total of 45.5. And then the final matchup on Monday night at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, is the Houston Texans taking on the winner of this game between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ooh, looks like two Baltimore DBs ran into each other there. It was an incomplete pass. It's 3rd and 10. Oh, yeah, he definitely got there early. Ooh, helmet to helmet. Both guys were slow to get up there. You could lose 2 DBs in this game. But Pittsburgh needs to do something on this drive here. Like, they need to tie this game up, especially after not getting any points on that final possession before halftime. Just theoretically, if they kick the field goal, it's 10-6 with them coming out with the ball. They could have potentially taken the lead there. Now, I understand why you go for it there. You're trying, like Tomlin said, we're trying to win the game. But you got to take points there. I mean, it wasn't a very good play call. They could have very easily taken a delay of game there and then brought in the kicker if they didn't like the play call on that final possession. Because the clock was stopped, so it wouldn't have been a 10-second runoff for the penalty. But so, yeah. It's going to be a fun weekend. What we got here? Here we go. Let's see if we can see this. You can't see the top part. Let me bring it down here. Yeah, we've got the lineup here. Rams and Panthers on Fox. And then the Green Bay and Chicago is on Prime Video. And then the Sunday slate, the early game is on CBS. The afternoon game is on Fox. And then the Sunday night football game is on NBC as normal. And then Monday night football on ESPN. And all their affiliated channels. I'm excited for the playoffs, man. I am excited for the playoffs. It'd be nice to get the middle on this game tonight and add a couple of rounds to my bankroll for this upcoming playoff run. Now remember, during the regular season, the winner of the game typically covers the spread about 80% of the time historically over the since the NFL went to a 16 game season. But in the playoffs, the favorite wins about or the team that wins covers the spread about 85% of the time. And favorites are very, very good in the wild card round. This year, however, we've got some teams that are getting home field games that are not the better team, particularly with Carolina. And you could maybe say the same about Chicago and maybe Jacksonville, but that's why they play the games, just because they're better on paper. All right, let's go, Pittsburgh. Jonnu Smith with the pitch to Jonnu Smith. But he only gained about 2 yards there. Come on, Pittsburgh. I need this to be a 3-point victory by Baltimore. At this point, I could care less about my circle record. I'm going to end up being 45-45. I'm going to be right at 50%, which would be a losing year because of the juice. Oh, what a dime by Rodgers. And Thielen's got him down to the 11-yard line. Nice. The Thielen family in the crowd, it looks like. He just threw it over the guy's head. The DB never got a chance to look back, and Thielen had late hands, so nice play. That was a nice throw, nice spiral. Boom, put it right on the money. All right, and Gainwell with a nice run on first down. Down to the 7. Boy, that field goal could be looming large later on in this game, man. Mm. Nice move by Warren. Oh, and he's down to the 3-yard line. A yard. They could technically get a first down without scoring. It's not goal to go. It's 3rd and short. They need 2 yards for a first down, 3 yards for a touchdown. They had one lineman out there for 2 defenders, but he made a move and juked Humphrey out of his socks there. I mean, I think you got to go for it again, right? You did before. I don't think he got the first down. He's a half a yard short. It's going to be 4th down. Come on. Again, they can get the first down without the touchdown. Rodgers back there with his fucking hands in his pockets again. He got the first down. He didn't get the touchdown, but he got the first down, a new set of downs. All right, first and goal from about the half a yard line. Like, why even have Rodgers out there? It's like the defense is not going to do anything in that moment. So why not put a player in there that you can at least use as a decoy? I mean, I know you could break that formation of the tush push, and all those guys could go out and line up in a traditional play. They're going to do it again. Uh-oh. And there's a penalty flag. Are they going to get the other? Are they going to get the Ravens for offsides? Let's see. Is it going to stand? Okay. Touchdown. Yeah, they were clearly in the neutral zone. All right. I got what I wanted. I got the tie game. We got ourselves a battle. We got ourselves a battle. I mean, who didn't know that this game was going to end up being come down to the final possession type of game? That's the way it feels. That's why I hedged my money line parlay with Baltimore. Tie game. Tie game. So who's going to win the Super Bowl now that we basically know who's in? I mean, like I said, I don't think the winner of this game, it's going to matter much anyway. I really think Houston's probably going to beat whoever the representative is from the AFC North. That defense is just phenomenal. They have been getting gashed recently, though. Mm. Dr. Chow saying it's most likely a concussion for Hamilton there, so it looks like he's going to be out, and he could potentially be out next week as well, depending on how bad that concussion actually is. Mm. All right, Derrick Henry, first down run, gets about a half a yard. Not much happening there. The stretch play, stretch handoff. Oh, got him. His pressure on Lamar. Cam Hayward. And it's an incomplete pass. 3rd and 9. Uh-oh, is that Joey Porter? So who's going to be the next head coach of the Atlanta Falcons? Who do I want to be the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons? I don't know what are they gonna do about the defensive coordinator? Are they gonna take him out? Are they gonna change him out? Are they gonna keep the DB defensive coordinator that's been with Raheem Morris? Oh, and it's intercepted. Lamar Jackson ball gets batted backwards right into the hands of TJ Watt, and the Pittsburgh Steelers are set up in Baltimore territory. Tied at 10 apiece, 7:25 remaining in the third quarter. What a play by the defense for Pittsburgh. Who was it that knocked the ball back? Highsmith again. Was it Highsmith? And Hayward. And it goes right, bink, bink, bing goes around right into the hands of TJ Watt. What a play. Wow. What a play. Lamar is pissed off. But yeah, that was a great. Hayward pretty much stopped that and hired. He pretty much made every play on that drive there. He stopped on, made the tackles, and then made the deflection, and it lands right into T.J. Watt's hands there. Wow, what a change of events. Nice play on first down, 9 yards. Jalen Warren, a little swing pass. So Pittsburgh's going to take the lead here. And then Baltimore's going to go back down and tie it. And this game's going to be decided by a field goal. That's why the line was 3.5. Warren with a little run, but he got the first down. 2 yards when they only needed one. Looks like Hamilton's out, but Gilman, their other guy that hit helmet to helmet, is still in so far anyway. All right, another handoff to Warren. And another nice gain on first down. About 7 yards. Another run to Warren. Short gain, so it'll be a third down. Timeout by Pittsburgh. So who do we want to be the head coach of the? Who do I want to be the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons? I'd like him, Ulbrich, the defensive coordinator, though. I'd like them to keep him. Like, the defense was really starting to come together. They need a few more pieces. Maybe at cornerback. They've got the safety positions down. Alford's not bad either, though. They've got pass rushers. I mean, they've got receivers. They need a quarterback. And they need an offensive coordinator that can maximize this talent that they have on the team. I mean, you can't have Bijan Robinson, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Mooney, Algier, and the offensive line that they have and not be making the playoffs. They've got to get somebody offensive minded, but it would be nice to keep Ulbrich. Oh, was that pass interference? Nope. 4th and 2. So Pittsburgh's going to go for the field goal. He was definitely a little contact there. But no flag. I'm okay with it. So Pittsburgh now leads by 3. How do the Ravens respond after that turnover? I mean, it was a more of a better play by the Steelers defense than a bad play by Baltimore. But Lamar didn't have a window to throw through because the guy Hayward knocked the ball down and was right in front of him. That created the interception. And they're getting banged up. If they do make it to the next round or to the playoff round. who will be available to them. Pittsburgh would actually get better with the getting DK Metcalf back from his suspension. All right. I mean, the way the game's playing out, it feels like a field goal game. Or what could happen is Ravens go down, score a touchdown. They lead by 4. Pittsburgh goes down, kicks the field goal to cut it to a 1-point lead. And then we have drama at the end. So who's gonna win the NFC and who's gonna win the AFC? Put it in the comments. Who do you think's gonna represent their conferences in the Super Bowl? And do we think it's gonna be an NFC West team? I actually want to do that. Ooh, big hit on first down. Pittsburgh's defense is they came to play, man. They're not messing around. And Mitchell didn't have a chance. I like Mitchell. He's fast. He's better as a receiver, I think. All right, Derrick Henry back in the game now. 2nd and 11. Uh-oh. False start. False start by the wide receiver. That's a killer. So I put the poll up on X asking, will the NFC winner be an NFC West team? Because you've got 3 NFC West teams in the playoffs, and the way I see things shaking out, it could very well be 2 NFC West teams playing one another in the conference championship game. Ooh, another tipped pass. Lamar Jackson tried to swing it out to his running back, and again, who was it, Lee? Another tip pass. Tried to get it to Derrick Henry. Third and 16 now. Underneath to Mark Andrews, but he's not going to get there. And it's going to bring up a 4th down. Be sure to join me. We will be live streaming during the Green Bay Chicago game on Saturday. And more than likely during the Buffalo Jacksonville game on Sunday, as well as the Houston game on the Houston and the winner of this game on Monday night. We'll be live streaming during the entire wild card weekend, and I will also be releasing the early line show for all these games as once we get a little bit more information about who's in, who's out for all these teams, we'll be able to make a better decision. I'm really excited for that Green Bay game, the Green Bay Chicago game. I'm excited for the Buffalo Jacksonville game because that's going to be a good game. I'm excited for the San Francisco Philly game. I'm excited for the Monday night game. I'm excited all these games. The only one I think that could be a stinker, I don't even think it's going to be a stinker though. I think all these games are going to be competitive. I'm excited for all these games. Again, like I said, my early thoughts, I liked Carolina with the points. I liked Green Bay money line. I liked Jacksonville money line. I liked San Francisco plus the 2.5, and I liked Los Angeles Chargers plus the 3.5, and I like Houston on the money line no matter who they play. And I really think the Los Angeles Chargers can win that game against New England and San Francisco. I'll take the points, but I could certainly see putting a little bit on the money line as well. These totals are pretty low too. And for being at outdoor stadiums, we're definitely going to have to do more digging into what the weather reports are looking like for this. Now that we have the schedule and we know who's playing on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, we can look at the weather reports and see what we're expecting. Because, like I said, all of these games are going to be played outdoors. You've got Carolina outdoors, Chicago outdoors, Jacksonville outdoors, Philadelphia outdoors, Foxborough outdoors, and whoever hosts this game, Pittsburgh and Baltimore, both have outdoor stadiums. All right. So Pittsburgh up by 3, minute 4 to go in the third quarter on their own 12-yard line. And they're going back to the run now that Hamilton's been out. Ever since he's been out of the game, they've been relying on the run. Hmm. All right. A little dump off underneath to the tight end. And we are headed to the fourth quarter. Steelers up by 3. So Texas Tech got the top player in the transfer portal, the quarterback from Cincinnati, Brendan Sorsby, they're reporting. So Texas Tech all of a sudden becoming a powerhouse in NCAA. It's amazing what the NIL can do when you've got ridiculous oil money behind you. And it looks like the Arizona State quarterback Sam Levitt is not going to Texas Tech now, obviously, and he is going to go to, or he's at least got a visit with LSU down there with Lane Kiffin. Who wins the? Who's going to win the NCAA championship? I'm rooting for Miami. Kyle Hamilton has officially been ruled out. So here would be a nice situation also for me, for Pittsburgh to go down and kick a field goal, go up by 6 points, and essentially put it that if a touchdown and an extra point by the Ravens, they could win by 1 point. I'm trying to figure out the different scenarios in which I could middle that Ravens money line parlay along with my hedged bet of Pittsburgh plus 3.5, where I can middle those two. And that feels like a good way as well, with Pittsburgh kicking a field goal, going up by 6 points, and maybe Baltimore winning with a touchdown and an extra point. They got a long way to go, though. They're only at their own. Pittsburgh's at their own 24-yard line right now. 1st and 10. All right, little screen pass to Austin. And he got a nice little game, but he slipped. It was Scotty Miller. Oh, shit. Mm-mm. Offensive pass interference on Fryermuth. All right, second 15. Little underneath pass. A little positive gain there. Number 14 with the reception. Third and 8. And it's a first down. Who's that, Valdez Scantling? Yep. He always seems to show up towards the playoffs. Ooh, had to double grab it. Still didn't have it. Almost got intercepted as it was down in his lap, and he pulled it away from Awuzie for a reception. That was very potentially an interception there. All right. Going deep. Rodgers taking a shot, and it's incomplete. Oh, and now another guy down. Who's that? Starks. Or is he just mad he didn't catch it? And Rodgers with a little bootleg. Threw it deep. Took the shot. Didn't get it. Tried to use Valdez Scantling's speed there. Starks almost had the interception there. All right, second and 10. They hand it off. And they get a decent gain, about 5 yards, 4.5 yards. So it's going to be third down. And this clock keeps ticking. Yep. Aaron Rodgers goes down in a heap of purple and white. Uh-oh, is he hurt? No, he's okay. But he goes down, and they're going to have to punt. Uh-oh. Nowhere to go on 3rd and 7, and he just got dogpiled on top of that injured hand. Ooh, yeah, he tried to. It got pinned where essentially he had to put it put that bad wrist down on the ground to brace himself, but got smooshed on. Sure, that didn't feel good. Oh, Baltimore's Baltimore's punt returner got run into by his own man. Thankfully, the ball didn't hit anybody. It bounced off the ground and then was touched by a Steelers player. But boy, that could have been disaster right there. With he got creamed by his own man. He got blocked into him. That's why. Yeah, the guy pushed him in the back, but thankfully everybody's okay and there was no turnover there. That could have been a disaster for Baltimore. Oh, I guess they're playing Renegade at the stadium. Getting them hyped up. Yeah, I think we are. There's someone saying if the Steelers lose, this is probably Aaron Rodgers' final game. I don't doubt it. You could tell he's not interested in being any contact at all. There they are, Renegade. And the terrible towels. They got him going. Oh, there we go. First down, Zay Flowers. Man, guys are dropping like flies in this game. Whoever wins this game is gonna heck of a time fielding a team, or at least especially Baltimore. Now Voorhees is down there. Guard. What do we got? One. Two. Pittsburgh might have 2 possessions left in this game. And this will be one of 2 that Baltimore will have in this game, depending on how this drive shakes out. Derrick Henry. Not much. 2 yards on first down. I'm just trying to think in my head, like, how could this work out? Do I want Baltimore to just tie the game? Do I want them to score the touchdown here? And then will Pittsburgh kick a field goal, potentially, make it a 1-point game and try to get one last possession? There goes Lamar. Taking off. Not much going there. I got pushed forward for a couple extra yards. That's a lot of abuse taken by Lamar Jackson, though. I don't really like my $250 million quarterback on a draw play up the middle like that. Is this 2-down territory, 3rd and 4? At the 50-yard line? If they get it within 1, probably. Oh, he got out of their grasp. Throwing deep. And it's a touchdown to Zay Flowers. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. They had Lamar Jackson wrapped up, couldn't bring him down, broke loose, and found Zay Flowers deep downfield for a touchdown. And the Baltimore Ravens take the lead. So that was good because it didn't take a lot of time, which means my 2 possessions for Steelers scenario could certainly play out, and they could kick a field goal to make it a 1-point game, and that could be how the game ends, which would be delicious for me. But what a play. And the extra point is good. And they're up by 4. What a game. What a game. Four plays, 71 yards, 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Yeah, they came out motivated on that one, that's for sure. But they thought they had Lamar Jackson for a sack. I thought they did too. And he got out of it. Yeah, snow's falling all right. I think it finally stopped snowing here for right now, but there's like at least 14 inches of snow on my balcony on the banister around the top. And that's essentially how I can tell how much snow we've got. And I'm not even at the top of the mountain. You can go up even farther up, above 7,000 feet. They're talking about 36 to 48 inches of snow. 3 to 4 feet of snow. It's been snowing since yesterday morning, and it hasn't stopped. Until recently. Tomorrow's supposed to be nice though, so the slopes will be open as long as it's not windy. There'll be plenty of people snowboarding and skiing, that's for sure. We haven't had much snow up until Christmas Eve here in Lake Tahoe, so a lot of people coming over for their to use their lift passes. Oh, you can't do that. A linebacker against Flowers? Yeah, you can't have Queen covering Zay Flowers downfield like that. He's just not going to be able to run with him. Oh, out of bounds though. Great. That's beautiful. Give the Steelers the ball at the 40-yard line. Let them go down here and kick the field goal and make it a one possession game. I like that. Way to go, Baltimore. All right. Rogers' hands banged up. Marcus Valdez Scantling again. This broadcast on the ESPN is ahead of my television. All right, quick throw to Scantling. He gets 7 yards. Nice. All right, pitch it to Gainwell. And he's got the first down and more. Down inside of Baltimore territory. That was a nice run by Gainwell. And another injured Baltimore defensive player. And they're going to come out and take a look at him. This is going to play out really well for me, maybe. Because of how fast Baltimore was able to score with that 50-yard touchdown and with the um, kick out of bounds that gave them the ball at the 40, and now that big run by Jalen Warren. Mm-hmm. Because it leaves enough time on the clock if they have to kick a field goal to get the ball back again. They have a great kicker, so Tomlin's going to certainly trust him to make the kick and cut it to a 1 point game, knowing that if they were to get the ball back with their defense, they can take a shot at a long kick and potentially win the game. Or they score the touchdown, go up by 3. Baltimore goes down, kicks the field goal, ties the game, and we go to overtime. Obviously, the NFL would love that. They'd love the last game of the year, game deciding the division title being decided in overtime. Mm. Now Nate Wiggins is down. Man, they're losing their whole defensive backs. They might end up scoring a touchdown just because the Ravens are running out of players. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line of the Steelers. I mean, of the Ravens. Pitch it to Gainwell. Another nice first down run, 6 yards. Second and 6. Bootleg. Rodgers checks it down to his running back. Or fullback, Connor Hayward. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and 3. I need him to get the field goal though, so I need him to get a first down. Oh, they could kick it from here. Mm. False start on Kenneth Gainwell. And so now they're backed up. Now if they don't gain any yards, you got to wonder, are they going to kick the field goal? If they get it close, will they go for it on 4th down? Mm-hmm. Rodgers over the middle to Fryermuth, and they are down to the 5-yard line. 30 yards on 3rd down. Yeah, Baltimore's got guys coming in off the sideline, but they're all you've got a bunch of backups. Looks like we're going to get a timeout. Going to get a timeout by the Steelers. All right, first and goal. 5:19 remaining in the game. Handoff. Ooh, nice tackle. John Smith makes the catch, but he stopped short of the goal line. Is going to be third and goal. And now this guy's banged up. What's up with Rogers, man? He's freaking out. They can't get the calls in through his helmet. All right, third and goal. And the play clock running down again as they couldn't communicate. They called timeout. That's their final timeout. Hmm. That's gonna be that could be very, 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 very important. Yeah, that's what I'm trying. Kind of surprised in that myself. That Aaron Rodgers, he's been around long enough to like call the play. Like what play you would think would be called in this situation. Just call it. Oh, another handoff. Stretching it right, and it's a touchdown. Kenneth Gainwell. And the Steelers take the lead. 3 minutes and 49 seconds remaining. Baltimore down two, potentially three. And it's good. And it is three. The Ravens trail by 3 points. 3:49 remaining. Everybody's all buddy buddy now because they got the touchdown there. The no timeouts though. That's big deal. right, so Baltimore's going to have the ball at their own 27-yard line. Oh, it's a rah-rah moment for Tomlin now. Here we go. And they started off with a handoff to Derrick Henry for maybe a yard. Yeah, you don't want to run directly at Cam Hayward. Fakes the handoff over the middle to his fullback, Ricard. It looks like he got the first down, so. And the Steelers don't have any timeouts, so if that was short of the first down, they can't challenge it because they ruled it a first down. They had the first down anyway. See, that's some bullshit, man. They did a replay assist, which basically gave Pittsburgh a free challenge there. And it looked an awfully lot closer than for them to just do this. There's a flag on the play, but Zay Flowers just scored a touchdown. Yep, holding on to defense. They thought they were going to run it on 3rd and short with Derrick Henry, and they faked it and burned him deep. All right, block this kick. Keep it a 3-point game. Do something dramatic. Come on, miss it. 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 Nope. Mm-hmm. There's literally nobody around him. They're going to start at the 35-yard line. But the problem is it's a 4-point game. So it's touchdown or nothing, which fucks me on my money line. Plus 3.5. It sucks because I got it early. I could have got plus 4.5. The plus 4.5 was minus 115, and I had plus 3.5 at minus 105. But they are at the 35-yard line. And they're already past the 50-yard line. We're at the 2-minute warning. I mean, how did they just lost Zay Flowers? There was nobody within 10 yards of him. And they're showing Lamar Jackson. I thought he saw the flag and was like, "Oh no!" And as soon as he saw it was on the defense, he was happy. Unless somehow Pittsburgh can score quickly, and then Baltimore has the chance to tie the game with a field goal. I'm not. It doesn't look like I'm going to get my middle. All right, Thielen made the catch. Second and 2. Dumps it off to Gainwell. Breaks a tackle. Gets down the field. Again, no timeout. So, does Baltimore start to conserve time? Not yet. They're only at the 26-yard line. All right, and Rodgers throws it away, stops the clock. Whoa, Rodgers with a quick throw over the middle and no flags, no nothing. Third and 10. And it's a touchdown. Touchdown. Pittsburgh. Calvin Austin. And the Steelers are going to take a 3-point lead, but there's 55 seconds, and Baltimore has 3 timeouts. So we could potentially get the overtime. What a throw by Rodgers there. They just lost him. Same thing with like Zay Flowers on that other play. Austin's just running down the sideline by himself. This is important extra point here. And it is good. Oh, it's no good. Wow, it looked good. That is huge. 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 55 seconds. 3 timeouts for Baltimore to get into field goal range to win the game, and we could middle this son of a gun. Oh, that's big. Big, big, big. I needed Pittsburgh to score quickly if they were going to score the touchdown in order to leave time on the clock for... Oh, he slipped. That's what happened. That's why he was so open. Number 3 slipped on the grass, and he just ran right on by him. Damn, I thought that was good. And yeah, it took a hard right. It took a hard right. Man, that mixed extra point was huge. Huge. Oh, my goodness. That's huge. And now Mitchell with the ball, returning it. He's a good returner. He's getting a good return. He's at the 50. He's out at the 47-yard line of Baltimore. What a run back by Mitchell, and that's where he's been so good for the Baltimore Ravens, is on special teams, particularly on kick returns. Man, they are within field goal range almost already. Huge. Pittsburgh, no timeouts. They can't try to excuse me, they can't try to save time. This is going to come down to a field goal, looks like, for Baltimore, unless something happens. They're at the 47 though. They still need to gain some yards though. They haven't done anything yet, but there's Lamar. Walker. And now they're on the other side of the 50. And he got out of bounds. Stopped the clock. Saved their timeout. Oh, this is incredible, ladies and gentlemen. Incredible. What is that? There's a flag on the play. They got the first down to Andrews. It's either a legal formation or offsides on the defense. Legal formation. Now they're going to lose yards. Damn, they had a first down. So the offensive tackle wasn't lined up at the belt line or something? He wasn't at the belt line of the center, I guess. Damn. So now it's 2nd and 7. 39 seconds to go. They are not in field goal range, though. Oh, what are you doing, Lamar? You could have gained some yards there. So Hopkins was standing past the first down marker, and Lamar wanted him to go take off. But Lamar could have ran for the first down himself. All right, they snap it. He's bootleg. Looks like a broken play. Throw it. And he got it out of bounds and past the line of scrimmage. But this is going to be 4th and 7 now. What was up with that? They looked like they were so confused. So they're going to call timeout. Baltimore's going to use a timeout here, but damn. Going from having a first down to now having a 4th and 7 because of that offensive lineman not being lined up properly is damn. This is going to be terrible after that kick return by Mitchell. Come on, Lamar, make a play. Oh, he made the catch. What a catch. Isaiah Likely. Oh, what a grab. What a grab. And they convert on 4th and 7, and they are now in field goal range. They use their second timeout. There's only 12 seconds to go in the game. So I don't think you're going to really try to score a touchdown here when you know you can kick a field goal from this spot. What a grab, man. Lamar just threw it up there. He had to go up and get it off the top shelf. Oh, man, what a play. What a play between two Steelers. Oh, what a play. Wow. Wow. That is a season-saving play by Isaiah Likely. What a catch. And who is that? Ramsey tried to knock it out of his hands, but he just didn't get there in time. What a play. What a play. And I imagine they're going to just run the ball, call their final timeout, and kick the field goal, or line up to kick the field goal. I can't see throwing the ball here and taking any chance of having it intercepted, tipped, whatever. Yeah, they're lining up in basically a kneel down. Yeah, they knelt down. Lamar snaps it, knelt down in the middle of the field. Harbaugh getting ready to call his final timeout. And he does with 3 seconds to go, 2 seconds to go in the game. We're going to get an opportunity for a Baltimore field goal. And if it's good, we're going to hit our middle. It's going to taste so delicious. Come on. And I think Baltimore's a better opponent in the playoffs than Pittsburgh would be anyway. Come on, be there. Be there. Be the ball. He's smiling, so he doesn't seem like he's nervous. 44-yard field goal to move his team to the wild card in a home game in Baltimore. It's up and it's no good. It's no good. And the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to win the game. They're going to go to the playoffs. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad I hedged that bet. Oh, I really would have liked to get that middle. But damn. off to the right. No good. And the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to have a home playoff game. The Houston Texans are coming to their house. That's crazy. Man, that kick went right off to the right. It never had a chance. Wow. So we do finish the season at 45-45 in the circuit contest. Just not a great finish to the year. Man, I really thought we were going to get that field goal and get the middle. Damn it. Oh. And Aaron Rodgers is going to have one more chance at a championship. What a game. I can't believe he missed that kick. Damn. I mean, a 44-yarder, that's no easy shot, but to make that fourth down conversion and not win the game, that's brutal. Well, all right, everyone. I want to thank everybody for joining me for this live stream and joining me all season long here on Dead Money Sports. We will have the early line show for the upcoming playoff games, and we will be going live during the playoff games on Wild Card Weekend, so be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Hopefully you made some money this weekend. Take care of yourselves out there, and have a good night.